under. He's dead.
I should have taken the turn slower. I could have stopped in time.
On that curve, you couldn't possibly have seen the chain, but what I want to know is who put it there.
Bush Rangers, Chris. It's the Sawley brothers.
Cover. Chris, look out! Is he dead?
Yes. But he isn't. Come in. It's a funny sort of a calling card. Did you ever see one of these before?
A death stick. The Aborigines believe the man who receives this will die before the next full moon.
What's all this?
Well, these lines show the man's age. And this line shows his normal life expectancy. And this one, when he'll die. These lines show your age, Chris.
The Abos really believe this stuff? Do you?
No, not exactly. But I've seen it work.
Why should an Abo want to kill me?
And maybe your coach line violates some tribal taboo. If it is an Abo.
Well, if it isn't, it'd have to be somebody who's lived in the outback a long time, who knows Aboriginal revenge lore.
The Sawleys. They've lived all their life in Waljerry country. They could be three-quarters native in their thinking.
The Sawleys.
I know these people, Chris. Whoever sent this has until the first night of the full moon to kill you. That's 2 days. Let me take the run alone. And you stay right here in Bathurst a couple of days.
I came to Australia to run a business, stage coaching. If it is a white man, full moon or not, it wouldn't close the book.
But if it is an Abo, he wouldn't break a tribal rule.
And then there's no place to hide, is there? Let's get to work. All aboard, please.
You know, it could be one of the passengers. I don't know who the woman is. The convict's name is Morton. He's on his way to St. John's to be hung.
Let's go.
Get up! Come on, get up! Come on!
Mr. Cobb. The room for another passenger, Mr. Cobb, sir.
I know you, sir.
No, sir, but being a traveling man myself, I've already heard of you, sir.
Sure, we've got room for another passenger.
How much to Waljerry Pass?
It's £2.10.
To the penny.
Throw up your swag and climb aboard.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb.
That was a mistake. Well, get going, will you? You stick your head out too far and you'll get it blown off. Get up! Come on, get up! All right, sir.
What's your name?
Shangra.
Sounds like a Waljerry name.
Yes, sir, Waljerry.
It's a long walk. Climb up on the back.
Thank you, sir. You're a madman, Mr. Cobb. Come on, get up! Get up! Come on!
Cigar, Shangri?
Thank you, sir. May I save it?
Chew or smoke, whichever you want.
Half of each, sir.
Here. You going home, Shangri?
Yes, sir. After many years' hard work.
Sheep station?
Yes, sir. And the mine's called Virgin Queen.
Shangri,
Yes, sir.
the policeman. Is he a policeman?
Yes, sir.
How about the man with the music?
He smells of a sheep, sir.
That leaves the woman. What about the woman, Shangri?
Who can say about a woman, sir? A gentleman I used to work with said, they are part truth, part fiction, some thought, much whim, all contradiction.
Your gentleman must have been a man of many parts, Shangri.
Yes, miss.
You walk very softly, Miss Turner.
I was brought up in the outback, Mr. Cobb, since I was a little girl. There's a saying in Waljari talk, Shangri. What is it?
Nangande, Klayanje, Nayende. It is my land. Its ways are my ways.
Its loves are my loves. Its hates are my hates.
Where do you leave us, Miss Turner?
At Waljari Pass in Waljari Land. I came over to ask you if I could go for a little walk. Is it safe, Shangri?
Yes, miss. There's no one out there.
May I, Mr. Cobb?
Oh, miss. Don't go too far. All of you stay quiet. If I see or hear or sense anything moving, I'll kill it.
Chris, I'm sorry. I don't know who did it. They were all in their blankets. I looked away twice to get firewood, that's all.
What did he hit you with?
I don't know. It felt like a club.
Oh, one thing. I won't have much longer to wait or wonder. One more night and the moon's full. I'll put that aboard for you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow you'll be home.
Home, Mr. Cobb.
Beautiful morning, sir.
Now, what waits for you in Waljari country, Mr.
Copy, sir.
Carpy?
Well, I'm almost 50 years old. Another season at Brook Station, working the shears. A brawl, a knife through the ribs. Who can say?
Who can say? Chung Te Nuxarda in Waljari talk, isn't it, Mr. Carpy?
Yes, it's their way of thinking, Mr. Cope. Who can say but God, to whom all things are known?
You a religious man, Mr. Carpy?
Aye, but more Old Testament than New. And even more pure Waljari than that.
You have a family in Waljari country?
I had once. A man can take roots or he can drift, Mr. Cobb. I'm afraid I've never been one for firm attachments. Ah, another day to go. And a lovely one it is, too. All ready, Mr. Cobb?
Yeah, let's move out.
hold it.
Key.
Thank you, sir. I didn't like chaining a man's hands behind him on a ride like this. Gone.
Mr. Cobb, what did it mean to you? If you had let me live, what would it have meant to you?
Inside.
That looks like it takes care of the convict and the policeman.
Unless they're playing games with me.
Playing games?
The regulations call for their hands to be chained behind them at all times. I'll ride inside.
Right!
Miss, do you mind if I smoke?
No. Both my brother and my father used to smoke a pipe.
What did he do?
I killed 3 men.
Proud of it, huh?
Aren't you, Mr. Cobb?
Of what?
I understand you killed 2 men in Waljari last month.
That's right. To save my driver's life and my own. But I'm not proud of it.
But it needed doing.
Yes.
Did yours need doing, too?
Yes.
Mr. Cobb, this is where I get off.
Well, Jari Pass is another half-day's ride. We make camp in an hour.
I've ridden far enough, Mr. Cobb. Will you be kind enough to have my swag thrown down?
Dan, pull up. Throw down Mr. Carpy's swag. Did you change your destination, Mr. Carpy?
Just my company, Mr. Cobb. Good day.
Look at them. They're all Old Testament. Christian half-caste, who's pure Waljari savage underneath. Swag man who admitted he's more Old Testament than new and more Waljari than even that. Death stick in my pocket. Murderer who wants to take my life because I wouldn't let him have his. Policeman I can't see into at all. And a woman. A woman who knows I killed 2 men in Waljari country last month and hates me for it.
How about putting the chains on the front?
No.
They've cut off the blood to my hands.
No.
At least help me to wash then. Unless you're afraid I'll bite you.
Walk ahead of me.
You could take the leg irons off. All right, miss.
You would have hung anyway, miss.
Dead. Like the Solis.
The Sawleys, Miss Turner?
My brothers, Mr. Cobb.
Your brothers?
Yes.
They held up one of my coaches and they killed a guard.
It'd be very convenient to shift the guilt to them, Mr. Cobb, wouldn't it?
You look tired, Chris. Better get some rest.
Moon's coming up.
A full moon.
It'll be tonight.
I'll stay on guard. He won't catch me again, I promise.
I think I'll take a walk.
And deliberately draw an attack?
Dan, I want it finished one way or another.
In the dark with a shotgun? He could cut you in two.
You can try.
Chris, you're not that good. You know the outback. You've lived there. You speak the language. I've seen you handle a boomerang like a native and you track. But you're still not that good.
Listen, Dan.
One of those men is the last of the Sawleys. A bush ranger and an Australian outlander before you knew this continent existed. It was dawn, and the Sawleys were wearing cloaks. It could have.
It could have been a woman? No, I doubt it.
She speaks Waljari. It's certain she knows the code of vengeance. Could be carried out well by a pretty woman. I think I'll keep an eye on her. I'll be right back.
Dan, you still think it's the woman?
No, I don't think so. But you killed my two sons, Mr. Cobb. I've come for my death stick.
How do you plan to take it? No shotgun this time.
With my bare hands. I'm alone, unarmed. Is that fair enough, Mr. Cobb?
Fair enough.
I needed a ride, Mr. Cobb. You helped me.
What would you have done if he hadn't tried to use the knife?
Nothing, sir. The other gentleman said he would only use his hand. A gentleman's promise is sacred.
Helen, it's a gun. Use it.
Dad, I can't. I can't stand any more killing. I tried to stop him, I'll take him home.
Alone to Waljari country?
Waljari is my country, too.